Oosh. Hi everyone. Today we're going to cover Pinon number 2, Pinon Sonori. So in order to start, I want to go over just a few things with you. Pinon Sonori is one of the forms that come up, and very often you're seeing a few different moves. And it's really the first form where you're seeing such a variety of different moves. So for Takyoga number 1, 2, 3, it's basically the same thing. Everyone is somewhat uniform on how to do that. Pinon number 1 also, except for a couple of variations that need to be addressed and that need to be looked at. However, when it comes to Pinon number 2, there are really quite a few distinctions that one has to capture and assimilate. So what I want to do today is go over that with you, and I hope that you have really that it sheds some light on how to perform the kata. And if you have any questions, then make sure you contact me and I'll further explain the details to you. But let's get started, okay? So Pinon number 2, the very first thing is the stands and the blocks that are taking place. Now, what's important to note is that all of it is done at the same time. So when you're in your stance, when you're in your position, the feet, the foot, and the hands, they all move simultaneously. So they start and they end at the same time. So you start and at the same time. So it's here. 1, 1. So this is a Jordan, okay? Which means that it can't come below your head, it's got to be above. This is a Seikenshi no Ushioke. So it has to be the regular Ushioke technique. And it's not going up to your eye. It's a regular inside block. Except you're executed from this position. So all at once, it looks like this. It's a very dynamic motion. From this position, once you're here, you move into the second position. The second position now is Jun Zuki. It's a Kibarachi, Jun Zuki. The second position is from here, strike, Tetsu, Yokochi. Once you're finished with this technique, you switch so that you can go into your Kibarachi, Jun Zuki. So this is Kibarachi, Jun Zuki. You gotta make sure your body's straight, don't lean forward. All of you know how to do Kibarachi. Now the important thing also is that from here, you're not up, down, up, down. You're here, you're here. Everything is basically same height, same level. When you're going to the next move, same height. So, from here, the left hand, the hammer fist, goes on top of the right. The elbow is not tucked in, the elbow is out. You execute the first technique. You strike, this is 1. When you move in this position, notice what's happening to my foot, my right foot. My right foot also moves. Why? Because I'm putting my hip into the technique. I'm putting my body into the technique. From here, inside, here, inside. I'm striking, moving in. So I'm moving in. This hand is not moving back to me. It's my body moving in. My body is moving in. Because my body is moving in, you have the illusion that this hand is coming back, but it's not. It's your body moving in. And this hand basically just switch into this position. This is by the ear, almost like you're grabbing your ear. Then you switch. Now notice both toes are facing this way. It's a lunge position. Once you're here, you step in, you're in the lunge position, and you strike. From this position, just notice something. This foot moves slightly. It doesn't move back. So you execute your kokudachi. Again, it's a deep kokutsudachi. 1. It's one. It's a deep kokutsudachi. And you do exactly the same thing. You strike, come back, feet are facing, lunging in the direction of the strike. Then you slide in. You slide in into your kibarachi. So these are the first few moves. Now, many times what you're going to see is after the first move, people move into a kibarachi stance and execute Tetsui Yokochi. They executed Tetsui Yokochi. So from here, it's in kibarachi, Tetsui Yokochi. So that's not the original form. The Tetsui Yokochi is really, you find it in Goju, you find it in Shotokan, in this type of kata, in their version of this kata, not in Kyokushin. And that's because Mas Oyama was very, very clear on how he wanted Kyokushin to be represented. The straight line is the direct line, is the most efficient line, is also the most powerful line. So because you're going straight, you're following your body mechanics, you're following your anatomy. The natural progression for the power to go is forward, correct? It's straight. It's not on a circular motion. The minute that you start, so that's number one. So for purposes of power, efficiency, Jun Zuki is the way to go. It follows Mas Oyama's principle. The Yokochi also, when you do that one, the Tetsui Yokochi, it's less powerful because you're basically using your shoulder, you're shooting, using a bit of your hip and your core. You're not using the whole of your lower body to execute the technique. So it's a less powerful technique. But the second part also with this is there's more risk of injury because you're using your deltoids. Your rotator cuffs may be more prone to injury. So it's really important for you to understand why it is in Kyokushin we execute a Jun Zuki and not a Tetsui Yokochi, as I've seen so many individuals do. So that's point number one on the first two moves. So I'll recapitulate real quick. From this position, you start one, it's one motion and it's dynamic. Two, it's one, this is dynamic motion and strike. Three, you don't go up, you strike, go in, and your kibarachi. From here, surashidachi. Now, before going to your surashidachi, notice how I paused and notice how I went back into the position, correct? So from here, you're in kibarachi. Notice there's a transition between this motion and surashidachi. It's kokutsudachi. You're facing this way. Deep kokutsudachi, slowly come back. As you come back, your hand comes back. Foot and hand, they end at the same time. Now, when you're in this position, it's really, really important for you to notice the following. When you're in this position, your foot is in this position. Your hands, the elbow is not protruding, it's not in, it's out. Your shoulder is not tense, your shoulder is relaxed. The right hand goes on top of the left. You end up in the suruhashi position. Now notice that the toes and the foot are not pointing down. They are in this position. Big toe is up, the rest of the toes are down. So, one. You're going to do two more. Two. This is a geiran shitoke. So bam, it's a dynamic action. Why? It's a block. So one. Then yon nukite. And two. It's a kiai here. From this position, make sure good Zenkutsudachi, turn, don't go up. Stay same level. Turn and execute the Shitomanshuke. Then 45 degrees. From here, you're going to go on this side. So as you're doing that, make certain that this foot moves into Zenkutsudachi. So from here, Kokusudachi, Shitomanshuke, Zenkutsudachi. The hand goes all the way back, comes up, and you do a rising sweep block, which is called Sukuyuke. So this is a fast motion, and it's a big motion. Here, it's a big motion. Kick, block, come back, punch. So now, when you kick, you go to punch, turn the hand, and you put your body in. Put your body into Zenkutsudachi, Seikei Gyakuzuki. When you throw this punch, don't stay back here. The body goes in. So it's a good Gyakuzuki. This time from here, another Sukuyuke. And don't forget, don't stay back. Keep your punch in, waist in. So you get good strength, good power. From here, Sukuyuke, slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Between 3 and 4 seconds. Another Chizoku Magiri. And stand back, punch. From this position, you're going to execute a double-handed inside block. Double-handed inside block. When you execute this technique, make sure you put your body into it. Don't just throw the hand like this. It's almost as if it's a one-handed block. It's not. It's a double-handed block. And the reason it's a double-handed block is because you're going to have to use your body, the opposite side of your body, to lock in the block. You use your back leg to propel you. Your back leg forms a big circle. From where it is, it forms a big circle. So your back leg, again, when you're turning, just so you remember, when you're turning, you don't bring your foot in. When you're turning, from this position, you're in a double-handed inside block. From here, same level, just turn and block down. From this position, this is a Nihon Nukite. Now, don't just bring your hand and strike. From here, bring your body in and strike. So from here, motion is one. It's one quick, sharp motion. Step into 45-degree angle in Seiken Joronke. This time the front foot propels you. And you go, Zenkutsudachi Gerambarai. Shia! Nore. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. Feel free to reach out with any questions or suggestions for what you'd like to see next. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more Kyokushin content. Osh.